guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to do this video. It might be a smidge excessive, just literally can't even see it. It's smidge excessive. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing great today. Today's video is going to be the tag that's going around if I wasn't on YouTube, or like if I wasn't making beauty videos, what would my collection look like? And I really thought back to what I used to have, and honestly, because your tastes change, your preferences, your taste, even your skin might change, how it reacts to certain products, and there's just so many things that go into choosing from what I have now versus what I had before. Even a couple years ago, completely different now. Let's see what else. So that's gonna be the video for today. I hope you guys are as excited to watch it as I am to make it. So if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that bell on notifications on when I upload. Now, this is the drugstore version, because I was like, oh man, I don't think I have enough to do a drugstore and like a high-end version, or like affordable and then a high-end version. I honestly do. I didn't realize I did, and then like I was going through my collection, swatching and looking at everything, and I really enjoy doing that, and just swatching everything, making sure that I have what I need exactly, considering what I really enjoy right now. And like I said, I was just swatching, and then I came to the realization that I can't just do one video. I really wanted to do just one video, and I mean, I'm gonna take this video as like, if someone told me, you know, what would be my, like, if I could only pick out from drugstore, and then I have a drugstore pile and then a high-end pile, and you can only pick a certain amount of products from my overall collection to keep for like the rest of my life. And another caveat to that is that I would be able to repurchase it, because it's something that I absolutely love, and it's something that I would just repurchase, maybe just watch, you know, continue to watch beauty videos, but this is what I would keep as my collection. I went just a tiny bit excessive on some things, not like a whole lot. Not a lot of people, when they did the videos, it was only like 5 products per category. I did 6 in some a little bit more. So this trend right now was started by Jamie Page. I'm going to link down below her video, and then a couple other ones that I really enjoyed. I'm going to link Allie's video because she did a high-end and a drugstore, so I'm going for that concept. She really did stick to 5 though. That was hard for me, to be honest. So yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start with my complexion products. And for my complexion products, I picked out 6. No corona here. So the reason I picked out 6 is because if the virus, or like if we weren't in the state that we are now with the virus and everything that's going on, my family has a lot of family gatherings, a lot of family parties, and usually most of the time I go, and you know, if you're Latinx, whatever you want to call it, God, I got glue on me, you know, you have to like be looking a little dressed up, makeup done. For the most part, you can't be looking in there, you can't go into a Latin party, a Hispanic party, or especially a Mexican party, and thinking you're just gonna be casual. No. Which is why, considering that was my state for that, I needed 2 foundations and 2 concealers. One more every day, and one just a little bit more for, you know, on special occasions, especially dates with my boyfriend, family gatherings, events, like events with my family, friends, things like that. Okay, so and I also chose 2 primers, and these were primers that I definitely had before I actually started YouTube, or even considered starting YouTube. These have been around for like a long time. Granted, I've only repurchased, okay, so yeah, so they've been around for a while. So this one, the NYX, they're both from NYX, but this one, the pore filler, I repurchased this maybe 4 or 5 times maybe, and this is the actual one of the actual pore fillers that works 100%. I tried the Benefit don't like it. The Tarte one works really well too, but this one, if you want to go for a little bit more affordable, and you can always get this on sale, this one works. And it's skin tone for the most part. I know it's a little bit lighter. Let me show you. This one's actually a brand new one. I bought it a while ago, but I never opened it up because I have so many primers. Oh, okay. See, that's, as long as you put the air out, it's fine. So as you can see, it's my skin tone, which granted, it'd be nice if they did a lot more skin tones, but I think once it's blurred out, it'll just blur out the pores and it won't affect the color of your foundation or anything like that. But yes, I love this. Like I said, I repurchased this 4 or 5 times now, and I absolutely know that this works 100%. I mean, you just saw on my skin how that looks really blurred out compared to like right here. This is where I put it. It looks blurred out. Alright, now the other one that I really enjoy, and it does a little bit of everything, is the NYX Angel Veil, and this one's a little bit more expensive. Actually, they're both pretty expensive for skin tones or affordable drugstore primers, but this one, it literally perfects your skin. This is a dupe for the Hourglass Vanish Veil, Mineral Veil, whatever, the Mineral Veil primer that's in my project pan. This is a dupe for it, and I honestly like this one a little bit better than the Hourglass, because the Hourglass has almost leaves a white cast on your face, and this one does not. And this one is, to me, a little bit more pore filling than that one. Like, you can really see the difference with this one, and it controls your oils too. Of course, you do need powder, especially if you're an oily girl or boy. If you're an oily girl or boy, you're definitely gonna need powder, but if you have dry skin, you should be fine with this, and it'll really, it's moisturizing. To me, it felt moisturizing, so I don't have dry skin, so I don't know, but it does feel like, it says it's ultra velvety and it's oil free, and it does feel velvety. It feels really nice going on. Okay, so for my foundations, I chose 2. Like I said, I went for a more light coverage, and I went for a little bit more, a little fancy fonts, you could say, something I could dress up, you could say. This one is everyday go-to like primer. I'm actually making a dent in this, and I absolutely like adore, love my go-to, like you could say, BB cream thing. I love this. It has the perfect amount of coverage, and you can really like put it like, what is that, you can really build it up without making it cakey or anything like that. You don't want to build it too much up, because again, it's just supposed to be a very light coverage. It's a tinted moisturizer. That's all it's supposed to do. And then you can, any extra coverage you need, you can always use a concealer, and this is what I use today. Actually, everything on my face is everything that I'm going to mention today, because I really wanted to see how it went put together. And this is what I have on my face, and I absolutely love it. Every single time I put it on, it's just, I love it. It is so simple and easy to use. You cannot go wrong with choosing this for every day. So yes, the foundation, I chose the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation, and I chose this shade L4. I hate when people don't say the color, and here I am. I usually put it in the description box anyway, but just to mention it, I have the shade Warm Beige L4. I think this is the one that matches me, or M2. I'm not sure. I don't have M2, but this is what I have, and I have a dark shade, but I'm whatever, L4. And then for the Pretty Fresh, I have medium 9W. This does have more of a luminous finish. However, you use powder and you're good to go, or use a little bit more of a matte concealer and you're good to go. You won't really see it through that powder. And I really enjoy this foundation. It really goes on skin like, but you can always build it up a little bit more. I never built it up to full coverage, to be honest, because I don't like full coverage, so I avoid that. And it does look skin like, so that is my preference. Natural skin like. Medium is the highest I will go. This is a good solid foundation, and you can get it through Ulta too. It's really good. It is really the only drawback to this shade, it is really hard to find shade. They really need to expand their range, and it's really hard to find a foundation, because you can only, I mean, a color that will match you properly, because it's really hard to tell online. That's why I said I hope this is okay. I've been using it for a while and it's been okay, so yeah. Okay, for powder, again, I went with Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. This is actually one of the few drugstore powders that I actually enjoy. I don't have a lot of drugstore powders. Most of my powders are high-end or like expensive indie brands. I haven't found a powder. If you have any powder recommendations that are of course cruelty free and drugstore affordable, let me know. I haven't tried any of the Colourpop ones, but I mean, I haven't heard great things, and I really do need something to help control the oils for me. But anyways, this powder is really, really nice. I've heard that this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, and I should probably try that dupe out because I have the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and so it'd be nice to try this one on one side of my face and the other one on the other side to see if it really is a dupe for me. But this one has a lot of more shades that it doesn't have a lot more shades. It has like 7, but it covers a little bit more of a range, you could say. It's very soft, very, very silky, and I enjoy it. It looks really nice under the under eyes. If you can't find a powder that even matches for the rest of your face, but you need an under eye powder if you've been looking for one, try this one out. This is really, really nice under your eyes, especially if you use it with a sponge. I have 2 concealers, and the first one I chose out is Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Cream Concealer. I mean, the reason I chose it, it's all in the name. I love this line, and this is a great everyday concealer. Again, I don't really use that much concealer every day anyways. I put very little, well, like 1 or 2 dots, and I'm good to go. I use very little. I'm very, very fortunate to not have under eye circles, like I said, so I really don't need that much coverage. But this is a great creamy concealer for that because I like a hydrating under eye concealer, and this really does it for me. And then for my more glam concealer, I chose the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is such a good concealer, especially for like glamming it up. It really, really covers it. It is not as hydrating as this one, but it's not like matte. That matte dry where you just feels like it's been sucked out, like every moisture has been sucked out of you. It's not like that, which is why I chose this, because again, I can mattify anything with powder, which is why I rather have something a little bit more on the hydrating side. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna go into is like cheeks. This one is the one that I went with. I mean, the same amount of products, 6 products. The one that I did try to condense is bronzer, and the one I chose out is from Alamar. And I know technically this is more like a indie brand, but it's still affordable considering what you're getting, and I consider it more on the affordable side than a more high-end side. It's like right in the middle, but I would consider it like, there's a couple brands, like I would say Pixie, this one, Honest Beauty, are on the affordable side, just more on the expensive side of the affordable side. Anyways, like I said, this is a great brand, and this is a great bronzer. The reason I chose it out is because it has 3-in-1, so it's $25 I believe, but you get 3. You get a brightening powder. Like again, when I would use a brightening powder is for those more glam days, so that would be great for that, or a day that I'm really feeling my under eye circles. That would be great for that. And it has 2 different bronzers. It has the regular bronzer, and then it has a deepener, and this one you can use more as a contour, even though if it does look warm, but it really works well as a contour, and it makes your bronzer, your contour, everything look so natural. I put on some today. I didn't want to go too bronzy today, but this is what I have on today, and the shade for me is perfect. And one of the best parts about this particular brand, it really caters to all different skin types, because they have a light, medium, and I don't know if it's called deep or dark trios. So they have each trio separate, or okay, it's very light, medium, tan, and then deep dark. So each trio of course is going to have a different color brightener, a different color bronzer, and a different color deepener, and it caters to that. And they have the same thing with their blush trios, and I think that's so amazing, because a lot of brands do not do that. So this is why I want to give it a big shout out to Alamar. Okay, and of course, and it's owned by a Cuban, a Latina, so yes. Okay, so now on to my blushes. I chose 3 blushes because I am a blush connoisseur. 3 blushes. Okay, so these are blushes that are going to cover everything that I need. A little bit more warm, a little bit neutral, a little bit mauve, a little bit more cool tone, and something for every day. Or if I want to go with the no makeup. If I want to go with the no makeup day, I covered everything with these 3 blushes. The first one is going to be another thing from Flower Beauty, and this is the blush balm, and then it's in the color Pinch. The reason I chose this is because on a no makeup day, this is the perfect shade. It looks dewy, it looks beautiful, it looks natural, it looks like Flush Within, and you can build it up with it without necessarily it looking like I want to say unnatural or fake. I guess that's the best word to say to describe that. I just really enjoy this particular color. I can use this as a base for my other two blushes and it works perfectly, which is what I did today. So I layered this one with Burt's Bees, and earlier I had to glue this one back together because the pan just fell out. Luckily it didn't break. But yeah, so this is from Burt's Bees and it's cinnamon. I'm looking at the back like it actually has a shade on the back. It doesn't. That came off too, or took it off, I'm not sure. But this is the color cinnamon, and we know that this is a favorite of Kathleen's, and that's why I bought it, because she recommended it and I have loved it ever since. This is a definitely neutral with a hint of peach in it. So it's a neutral blush with a hint of peach, which is why I like it, because you can really, if you pair it with the pinch, it can be a little bit more nude. Or if you put it by itself, you can make it a little bit more peachy, or depending on your eye color too, what it will pull out. And the formula of it, one of the reasons that I chose it, it's not a complete matte, even though I think they advertise it as a matte. It's more of a satiny formula, and it makes your skin just very glowy, very natural, very pretty. So yes, the next blush that I chose is from Milani, and this is in the shade Petal Primavera. The reason I chose this, oh, I don't even need the blush, I mean the brush. Okay, so Milani has two different like baked blushes formulas, types. So they have this one that's more silky, more not glittery. Basically, they have a glittery formula, and then they have this one. This one does not have any of that glitter. It's more of a true baked formula, and I absolutely adore this, guys. Like, let me build it up and show you. I'll show you all three blushes. The reason that I love this is because you can build it up to, like, look, this bam wham, thank you ma'am, right there. Or you can just have a nice flush of color. And because it is more cool tone, I really can't appreciate that, because I like a little bit more mauve-y and more cool tone sometimes. And with the eyeshadows that I chose, yes, that's right, you heard, eyeshadows, that's what I would choose. And again, I love baked blushes because you get that sheen to them. You see what I mean? That sheen, which is not matte, obviously, right? If it has a sheen, it's not matte. But what I meant is, like, it will make your face look flat. Because a lot of matte blushes will do that to you. But it has that beautiful sheen without having that glitter, and I absolutely love that. And they have two of these. They have this one, and then they have Luminoso, and I think they have a Sunset something from Milani, and those are the three that they have without the glitter, and they're so beautiful, and it's definitely worth it to buy them, or to get them, to purchase them, whatever you want to call it. So yes, oh my gosh, this video is gonna be so long. Okay, moving on. So for the last, oh my gosh, I still have two more things to go to. Okay, for eyebrow products, I guess you could say an eye without counting eyeshadows, I didn't get a primer because honestly I could just use my Milani one as a primer and I'd be good to go, which is what I did, and I set it with the powder. Perfect primer. For eyeliner, I only chose brown, and this is the Slide It Glide It, what is it? The Milani, no, excuse me, okay. So for eyeliner, I chose from NYX, the retractable eyeliner. I don't know why I haven't taken this plastic off. You think I would have by now. But I chose the brown shade. That one is just called brown. And I mean, I have eyeliners, so many, but I wanted to keep this part simple. If not, I would be here forever. Most of the time I don't use eyeliner, and if I do, I'm going to go with brown. Keep it simple, keep it moving. Or I can always use an eyeshadow as a liner if I really want to use something up here. But in the waterline, either I will use nothing or just that brown. Now for brows, I did choose out three brow products, but let me explain. So this one, I would definitely use this one for more everyday no makeup looks, which is what I have on today. And it's the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Brownie Brows. The first time I purchased this, I hated it. I chose the wrong shade, and that's why I didn't like it. But this has been a repurchase as a second tube of it, because it lasts for a really long time, to be honest. And this is all you need for every day. That's all I would choose. Now again, for my a little bit more glammy days, or if I really want my brows to be a little bit more feathered, I'd go in with the pencil, and I would of course only use Drugstore, because I'm not going to purchase, I already only use Drugstore because I'm not purchasing $30, $20 brow products, no. If it's not, no. Okay, so this is the micro brow and the shade is Espresso. I really love this one. Oh, and the other one that I really love, and I forgot, I should have gotten that one, but I don't have it right now because I'm trying to use up the brow products that I have, is from LA Girl. The LA Girl one, also the shade Espresso. That one, I love that more. I love that one more than this one. I would honestly get that one, probably, between those two. But yeah, they basically do the same purpose, fill in my little brows to make sure that they are nice and not looking ugly. And then if I want if I want my eyebrows to be a little bit more feathered, I'd go with the Colourpop brow Boss gel. I don't have the colored one. I haven't tried that one. I'm waiting for this to be done so I can try the colored one, but I have the clear one. I love this one. It really keeps your eyebrows in place without making, like, stamping them down, and so they can be very feathery, still have a little life to them without, like I said, on your face. Yeah, so the only thing that I don't have today is my mascara. The mascara that I would choose would be the Flower Beauty Warrior Princess mascara, because I love that one. I finished it up and I haven't repurchased it, not because I don't love it. I'm so tempted to repurchase it because I love it so much and I miss it, but because I have like 10 mascaras that I really need to go through and I really need to finish up. They're not open all at the same time. I open like 1 or 2 and then work through those, but I need to work through the ones that I have before I purchase that one. That one's, I can't wait to repurchase that one because I truly love that one. I have just been working through the ones that I've gotten, like through BoxyCharm or Point Perks, or I've actually purchased, or so on and so forth. Yes. Now for eyeshadows, let me go in real quick with 3 single shadows I would truly own. I would have these 3 single eyeshadows is because I feel like they really do add something special to my collection, especially when I want a little extra something special for my eye look. And the first one is this Nyx Baby Doll, and this one's no longer able to be purchased. This is the only discontinued one that I did include in my pan, and I'm sure that you can find things like this. I do have something similar like this in my high-end end of the portion. I don't have anything for drugstore. This is the closest thing that I have, but I like something that gives you a little extra sparkle, a little extra specialness, and oh my god, and this is what it looks like right here. So if you just kind of tap this onto your eye after you're done with your makeup look, it just adds a little something special. I have it on. I don't know if you can tell, but you can tell in person when it has that, just that little extra sparkle. And the reason I really particularly like this one, it doesn't have a lot of color base to it. It does have some here because I didn't tap it on, but you can put it, do some matte shadows in the crease real quick and then just tap this over, and it just adds that pretty sparkle that you see without adding any necessary color. I absolutely love this. I don't know what I'm going to do on the day that it goes kind of bad. I've had it for a very long time, but it doesn't smell. It's still okay, so I'm going to use it until I can't. The other eyeshadow that I have next is Waddles from Colourpop, and honestly it's that middle shade right here. Honestly, I mean, if you want just like a quick and done eye look, this is the shadow to go to, especially because of the color. It looks so pretty. I've done the Waddles with this on top and it just is so pretty, so simple, but it looks so special. Love it. And then the other one that I have is a new one. It's from obviously another Super Shock shadow, and this is in the shade A Little Quirky. I've been waiting so long to get this in the mail, and this one is definitely more neutral, like a more neutral color. It came with the Coconuts collection, but I think it's so pretty, so special. Look at that. Oof. And I could just pop a brown in the shade some bronzer and put that over there and call it a day. Those 3, I think, it's what adds the most uniqueness to my eyeshadow collection, and that's why I would decide to keep those. So now for eyeshadows. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't do 2 or 3. I had to do 6, but considering how many like affordable eyeshadows I have, like how many drugstores, I would have 6 shadows. I really looked at the colors. I really looked at the colors. I took them out, I placed them right next to each other, I compared each one, and I just couldn't. And I would definitely want the So Jetted palette. I hesitated to put this in here because it's a collab. A lot of collabs usually do get discontinued after a while, so for right now, I would place this in there, and I think I'd probably go through most of the shades in here. The reason I chose this is because it has such a variety of shades. Like, it has these greens, which I love for fall. Basically right here, this is fall for me. This is also fall, but like I have a little bit of summer right here, a little bit of spring with these shades right in this corner. I just think it has a little bit of everything in this palette. But if, let's say this were to get discontinued, this is why I chose the Juvia's Place palette, and this is what is this one? The Nubian 2. That would kind of replace some of the shades that I absolutely love in this one with this. And again, I really love doing dark, really smoky, deep, vampy looks during the fall. And these to me are very jewel toned, which is what I love during the fall. You have this blue, this green. This is honestly probably my favorite Juvia's Place palette. The only other one that I really want to try is the Nomad. Oh my god, it looks so beautiful. All those mattes, so beautiful. But yeah, anyways, back to this. Like I said, those jewel tones that I absolutely love. It has a little bit of a taupey shade there. It has like a highlighter shade there, or just over every day if you just want to do something like that. These two would be like, yes. Because I know what I like for my makeup, and for spring and summer, if I didn't have any eyeshadows, I think it would be okay. But for fall, I need to have those vampy jewelry tones. So before I started YouTube, I love purple eyeshadow. Purple eyeshadow has been one of my favorite eyeshadows ever, and I had to have purple in my collection. And in the closest, most perfect shadow that I have, or palette that I have, are full of purples. It's my pleasure. I do like the lilac one, but this one, to me, it is so pretty, so different. It has these lighter purples, and you can deepen it up with this one. But these shimmers right here, this is what makes that palette. The shimmers are so beautiful, you guys. Whew. Can't wait to put this one on my eyes again, honestly. Alright, next up, I really battled between these three. I was like, oh, maybe they're too similar, but they're really not. Like I said, I looked at everything, which is why I went ahead and chose these. Okay, so yeah, the next one up is Sweet Talk palette, and keep in mind that this one does not look like every other, like the rest of the Sweet Talk palettes, because I customized it. And whether it would be this one or the regular Sweet Talk palette, I would still have this in my collection, because these corals, I love these corals. And if I wanted something more soft for just spring, like a quick eye look, I would use this little pinky shade right here, or this one, and top it off with that, or even top it off with this shade if I don't want too deep of a color. But yes, this is what I would definitely keep in my collection. Like, I absolutely love this. Okay, the next one up is Give It To Me Straight. Like I said, I had to make sure that these were all still available, because, you know, Colourpop likes to discontinue things. So this one, again, Give It To Me Straight, and this one has those berry tones. But the reason I really chose this is because I feel like I could really create really soft tones that I really like from the Blush Crush palette. Like, I could use that one, this one, and use these two shimmer shades, or add that one, and it would give me that palette and basically those four shades. They're a little different, of course, because those are more pinky, but at least the vibe of it, I could feel that. And then these are my more vampy colors right here, my deepeners right here for those berry colors, those burgundy, those cranberry shades that I also like, and I don't have any other palettes for my fall looks. And then the last palette is Flutterby, because I am obsessed with mauves. Mauves. This is what I have on my eyes today. And of course, look at this packaging, like, beauty. This is what that looks like. Again, I have these little bit of rosy tones, a little lighters, that I could kind of have that Blush Crush vibe, because I really do enjoy the Blush Crush formula, but I mean the Blush Crush palette, but I think I could get the vibe from these palettes. But those mauve tones, like these two right here, oh, this is what I have on my eyes right now. Beautiful. I have a little bit more of a deep leaning towards cranberry. I have these deepener shades. I do have this glitter if I ever want to play it up, but I would just like maybe sprinkle it on top and it would be good to go. But yes, those would be my palettes. I think I have a variety of everything that I use, I love within those 6 palettes, and I would feel okay to just keep these. It would hurt my heart with a couple of other palettes that I have in my collection, but these would be my palettes and I would be okay. Now for lips. Okay, so for lips I had to go with 7. There are different formulas in here, but I also had to be mindful of the colors that I really enjoy and love. So I'm going to start off with the lip gloss and a little bit more of a sheer one. So I went with these because right now during the summer I just like something sheer, something simple, easy to go, and I feel like the Colourpop just the tint crayon gives me that. Let me see if I can pull it out. And like I said, look at this, it just gives me that just simple, easy to go, no makeup kind of look and vibe. And I love the smell. It smells so good. That passion fruit, delicious. I really enjoy that. I enjoy this formula, period. I'm collecting the other ones slowly because this is what it's available. So slowly but collecting that formula. And I also really enjoy this Milani gloss. I looked at all my drugstore glosses, or my affordable glosses, and I needed something that was a little bit more, would cover every need that I have in one lip gloss, because I only wanted to keep one lip gloss because I feel like I don't think I would need more with this. Between this and this, I'd be okay. I needed something to cover everything, and I was debating should I put a little shimmer, should I not, but I feel like this really covers everything that I need, and it has that nude color, and I can just top off a couple of the things that I have, or I chose for my collection. And you see that shine to it? Ooh! I don't have any lip liners. I didn't feel like I needed any lip liners in my collection. I just feel like I could create different looks with what I chose. So the next thing that I have is this. I cannot be without this color, you guys. It's the Praline Pencil from e.l.f. Again, I would choose this color because this could honestly work as a liner if I really wanted to, because it's small enough and thin enough, or I could use it as a actual lipstick color. And I could make it deep, I could lighten it up, you know, mix it with the other ones just to deepen up. I could probably use that as a liner and then use this as a lipstick color. Look at that, that would be really pretty. Combine those. And then the next one up is from Flower Beauty, and this is the Spiced Petal. It's supposed to be a dupe from the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think it is, but that's just my opinion. And this is a pinky nude. Honestly, when I don't know what to put on, I just throw this on and I'm out the door. Again, I could use that Praline. I could use that Praline and use that as a liner with this, or just by itself. I could put this thing on top, or even top it with that if I wanted to. Perfect. Oh, that hurt too much. You see that? Okay. So the next 3 are definitely colors that I would use more during the fall, because this is just what I need in my collection. And well, okay, before I get to the fall colors, there's one that I could use during the fall or anytime, and I felt like I really needed this in my collection because I don't have a lot of pink or mauves. I have a little bit more neutral and just that one like pinky shade, but I feel like this one would encompass everything that I need for pink and mauves. It again, perfect, pretty pink mauve. I could use this during the summer or anytime, really, any of these, anytime. But it has a little bit of that deepness that I could definitely use during the fall, and still top it with my gloss, as you can see, and I think it still would work really pretty. I mean, honestly, I think I could even use a Praline as a liner with that too, which is why I would use that. Next up is my 2 fall shades that I absolutely needed to have in this collection because I love vampy colors. But again, I had to choose something that wasn't discontinued. And the color that I would choose is from NYX, and this is the shade Craze. And it kind of covers a little bit of that burnt red terracotta colors, I think, all in one. And it still has a little bit of a deepness to it. Very pretty. So I would choose that one. And I would choose Vintage from NYX Liquid Soy. These were actually, this was in my top colors. I don't think the Craze was, if I remember correctly, but I like it better than the Alabama shade that I have, and especially because I can only keep so many. These would definitely be the 2 that I would keep, and I think it would be I'm really happy with these two. Love it. So yeah, those are the lips that I would keep. I know this is a little bit of a longer video, but that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, I really enjoyed filming it and picking out everything, going through my collection, swatching. Oof, such a joy to just swatch everything. I really see what I would keep and how it would work together. I really wanted to use it for this video because I wanted to see how it could be put together and if it would work well together. I think it works beautifully together. This is what I have on. The only thing I don't have on is, like I said, the Warrior Lash Princess Mascara is the only thing I don't have on because I don't have it. But I use a different mascara that I already have open. But yeah, this completes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you guys. Oh, don't forget to hit that like button, please. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.